Are you an introvert? If so, you might be looking for a side hustle that doesn't make you have to talk to a bunch of people you hate. If that sounds like you, I have the perfect side hustle for you. In fact, this side hustle helped me reach 20K in 1 year on Etsy. Sound interesting? As an INFJ myself, I can tell you that in my past jobs, I had to talk to a lot of people. I had to pretend to be interested in what they did over the weekend. It was always like I was playing a role and I never was allowed to be myself. It's draining, right? So when it comes to picking a side hustle, I always thought it would be similar. I thought I had to act like one of those really extroverted and outgoing people on Shark Tank, walking down a hallway in extremely uncomfortable high heels, presenting my business idea to a bunch of buttoned-up VC investors, only to be completely obliterated by combative questioning. Turns out, being an entrepreneur doesn't have to be any of those things. In fact, it can be exactly the way you design it to be. You just have to pick the right side hustle for your personality. I did a quick Google search and found an article outlining 31 of the best side hustles for introverts. It actually did mention selling things on Etsy. However, it didn't mention digital products. But surprise! Selling digital products, specifically printables, is hands down the best side hustle for introverts. And we'll talk more about why as we go on. And just in case you didn't know, printables are basically anything you can create that someone else can purchase, download, and then print out on their own or use digitally. There are tons of examples of printables that you can do, from everything from invitations to wall art to checklists and calendars and on and on. The other thing that article did not mention was making sure to include a side hustle that makes you passive income. And passive income is important. And it honestly has nothing to do with what personality type you are. You get sick, your kids get sick, you go on vacation, injuries happen, or you're ready to retire. Even through all those things, you still need to make money. And that's the beauty of building a passive income stream in your life. So when we're talking about creating the best side hustle for our personalities, we also need to be planning realistically for something that we can continue to do without the burnout when we're not actively working. Okay, so we're all convinced that we need to have a passive income stream in our lives no matter what our personality is, right? So what's so great about selling printables for introverts? Firstly, a typical introvert likes spending time alone. Printables really is a one-person job. I have worked with people in the past to create projects around making printables, but in general, printables is a solo activity. There's no group work. It's perfect for introverts. Secondly, introverts often like to write and/or design rather than talk. This is music to my ears. I love having the ability to express my creativity through anything other than the spoken word. As an introvert, we're just not as good or excited about blabbing on about something. It's so much more freeing and exciting to be able to create something through writing or design. And printables helps you do just that. Thirdly, introverts are often better able to daydream and use their imaginations to work out a problem. And printables are all about solving a problem for someone. Whether that's because someone doesn't have the time or the resources to create the types of printables that you can create, or they just don't want to do it. By applying your talent of imaginative thinking to a printables business, you're able to bring value to so many people who don't think the same way that you do. So clearly, making and selling printables is a great side hustle for an introvert. What are some of the benefits for all personality types? Well, the first benefit is that there's low overhead costs. Selling printables requires minimal startup costs because all you need is a computer, internet connection, design software program, and a platform to sell your printables. The second is that there's no inventory management. Since printables are digital products, you don't need to worry about managing inventory, shipping, or storage costs. Thirdly, you have flexible work hours. Selling printables allows you to work from anywhere and set your own schedule. You can choose when you work or continue to work in your 9 to 5, as I did, or another business that you have. But back to us introverts. If you already know you're an introvert, then you probably are already interested in things, experiences, and ideas that not only are applicable to your personality, but also stretch you into the person that you're meant to be. And that's why I want to encourage you to start a side hustle. And if printables is the one that you choose, that's awesome. But more importantly, I want to encourage you to start any side hustle. And the reason for that is because being an entrepreneur is the best way to fast track your spiritual and mental growth because it challenges you in ways that you never thought possible. When I first started my business, I didn't think I was smart enough or confident enough. I thought I was too shy to make an impact. I thought being an introvert would hold me back. As it turns out, I've learned that not only has being an introvert helped me in my business, but I've also been able to challenge the very construct of the personality assessment in the first place. Perhaps I really am an introvert, or maybe I just never had the opportunity to be passionate or excited enough about something to come out of my shell. Being an entrepreneur has changed me from the inside out. It's helped me find my voice, and I know it can help you in the same way. If you're wanting to start a printables business but don't know what to sell, make sure to take my printables quiz that will help you discover what printables you should sell based on your personality. You can take that quiz over at atouchofla.com/quiz. I hope this helps my introverts out there, and I will see you in the next video.